We've arrived in Maine, our last stop of the summer. I can't believe how fast this summer has flown by and how many incredible things we've experienced. And I make a mental note to really soak up every moment over the next week. The thing that stands out the most to me as we drive through Maine is how truly wild and uninhibited this place is. It really is the perfect finish line for our incredible summer. We're getting to do multiple adventures here in Maine, and for starters, we're going mountain biking in the Carrabassett Valley. Even though I still feel nervous about this sport, I can also feel the excitement creeping in, especially considering who we are biking with. Sam Punderson and Adam Craig are both extraordinary mountain bikers, and in fact, Adam actually competed in the Beijing Olympics. With over 77 miles of mountain bike-specific trails, there are riding options in this valley for all skill levels, from rockstar Olympians to fumbling newbies.
Being outdoors for me is what I have to have every day. When I'm super busy during the winter, most people assume that I spend a lot of time skiing on the hill, which I actually don't get to ski as much as I like to because my work really ramps up and gets a lot busier during the winter. So my outlet every morning is to go super early and skin up onto some of the local peaks around here and be able to get all that done before I have to go into work in the morning. And that little 90 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes every day is what allows me to have some sanity and some balance.
It's the secret sauce to life. A little time in the woods is set you straight.
I have a uniquely fortunate perspective on being outside. It's been my career and my livelihood to race mountain bikes around the world, and I go outside every single day, and that's all I've really known as an adult, and I'm not sure what I would know without it. And it's fun to start to turn that into a more accountable advocacy role in the mountain bike community, to start to facilitate others' outdoor experiences. But I'd be outside either way, so whether we're digging trail or going for a ride or going backpacking, it's a beautiful thing to be outside. It's where humans are meant to be. We're a nomadic species.
Speaking of nomadic lifestyles, our next stop was at the Hostel of Maine. Located near world-class mountain biking trails, cross-country and snowshoe trails, the ski resort Sugarloaf, and the infamous Appalachian Trail, this hostel could not be in a better spot for those who love outdoor adventure. When we arrived, we were immediately welcomed by the owners Justin and Melanie and their sweet dog Zoe, and I could feel the stress melting off of me as we walked around this place. Being so close to the AT, the Hostel of Maine also caters to thru hikers, providing restock supplies, shuttle services, laundry, and hot showers.
When you're out enjoying the great outdoors in Maine, there are a few things to keep in mind. Always stay on marked trails. Be kind to animals and nature. Pack out what you pack in. Avoid peak hours to avoid crowds. And since 94% of Maine's forest land is privately owned, remember to tread lightly and treat it like your own. Learn more at lookoutforme.com.
Lakey expands its groundbreaking cross-trail line to include a traditional trekking 3-section configuration. Featuring the innovative hybrid cross shark grip, it offers the speed and power transmission of the Trigger Shark system, combined with the support of an ergonomic hiking grip for additional support and comfort on descents. The breathable strap features a wide support area for effective power transfer and a secure fit. The sweat-absorbing grip allows for maximum control, and the length adjustment is made easy and secure with the Speed Lock 2 on 100% high-modulus carbon shafts for lightweight durability.
Obos Footwear. We plant a tree for every pair sold. 1 million and counting. That's a lot of escape trees.
Whether you want to discover locals-only backroads with a field map or use a topography map to plan your next backpacking trip, Maps.com has thousands of options to choose from. Unlike your phone, printed maps are waterproof and guaranteed not to run out of batteries or service. So next time you want to head out on an adventure or even just a drive around town, leave your digital devices at home and grab your old trusty printed map and see what kind of fun you can get into. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Before we get back to our episode, I want to share with you guys some exciting news we've got this season. All of our brand partners have super awesome gear and they've decided to share that gear with you. So we're having weekly sweepstakes where you have the chance to win some of that gear. So make sure you sign up for that. Also starting next week on Mondays and Fridays, we're going to have shorts that'll be anything from tips and tricks from our editorial staff to deeper dives into our brand partners. So make sure you stay tuned for that bonus content there. And make sure you also like, subscribe, follow along, leave us a comment so you can stay up to date with everything going on. And if you see us out on the road, say hello. All right, getting ready to go whitewater rafting today on the Kennebec River. Steve hurt his wrist yesterday, so he's gonna sit this one back and I'm gonna do it alone, and I'm really excited about it. Get to see some whitewater in Maine. Starting around 7:45, and we're doing pretty much an all-day trip. Lunch is going to be included, so I'm ready to go meet the people I'm going to be spending the afternoon with. Everyone who was rafting for the day met up in the lobby, and collectively we listened to the presentation on what we should and shouldn't be wearing and what was to be expected for the day, before getting our helmets, paddles, and PFDs and loading into the shuttle buses to drive to the put-in. Once we got there, we were broken into our groups for the day and began the process of getting our boats into the water. While I've been playing in whitewater for years, most of the folks on my raft were fairly new to the sport, which only made me even more excited. After being pounded in the face by the river, we hit a calmer stretch and we were allowed to jump in for a swim if we wanted to. And quite a few of us took full advantage of that offer. Not long after that, we arrived at our snack spot where they dumped our delicious treats right into our hands. After refueling for a bit, we got back on the water and we were even allowed to play around on an inflatable kayak for a bit before arriving at the takeout. We all worked together as a team to load up our raft back onto the shuttle, and I realized that this is the most I have ever laughed during a whitewater trip. We ride back in the shuttle, and I head back to Northern Outdoors to have a chat with their president, Russell, about the outdoors.
So here at Northern Outdoors, we're based in the Forks, Maine, in the Western Mountains, and summer long we offer rafting, hiking, fishing, ATV tours, and then through the winter we offer snowmobiling. And you know, I think one of the things that I'm most pleased about, I think that we pleased about, we've got, you know, obviously we've got the lodge, and it's just this great community place where people come together. unfortunately all too often in the outdoor community, we can find that, you know, rafters and fishermen don't get on. Hikers, through hikers, ATVers, they kind of have their differences. But you know, they all come together at the lodge, they all come together at the bar, and they're having a nice tasty Kennebec River brewery ale, and we find that's the great level. It's the great place to bring all these outdoor communities together in one spot to share their stories and share their love of the outdoors.
Look who we found today!
And that
There
guy,
he is over there too.
he's probably on Tinder right now.
Well, we saw your backpacker truck up front. We're like, this has to be them. We're like running it, like zooming in through all the freaking tables. But it was incredibly awesome to accidentally run into our friends that we met a week ago. We shared a drink or two in the hot tub before heading back to the campground to hang out and catch up with Songbird and Tender. Apparently Tender's pack had broken pretty badly, so we decided to gift him a Mystery Ranch pack for the remainder of his hike. After using our Leatherman to fix our license plate that randomly fell off during our drive, we listened to some music with our new friends around a campfire, which is personally my favorite way to end a night. Important tips when it comes to prolonging the life of your sleeping gear. First thing, especially on the East Coast, if your gear gets rained on or damp in any way on your trip, the very first thing you should do the next time it's sunny is air it out. Let it completely dry as soon as possible. And once you've done that and it's time to clean and store your gear, first thing is you want to take your bag out of its compression sack. You don't want to leave it compressed. So you can see here Steve and I use just a big Tupperware thing that we put all of our bags in at the end of every trip so that it's not staying squished. Same thing with your sleeping pad. You want to go ahead and take that out of its compression sack as well. And then when it comes to washing, you just want to make sure you're not using any old detergent. You're using something that's specifically formulated for down. And like this Granger's kit, for example, and it comes with these 3 balls and to help break up the down while you're washing it so it doesn't clump together. If you don't have the balls, you can use tennis balls, things like that too, but make sure you're using down specific wash, and all of those things will help prolong the life of your bag and pad.
Update from the road, feeling fresh. Got a new pair of oboes. These are the Sipes low tops, and by doing so I planted a tree. And we just checked the numbers, and they're at 3.5 million trees so far planted for, you know, buying a pair of shoes. It's probably the only time that I would be okay with someone having a shoe obsession.
Since 1984, Sawyer has manufactured gear for outdoor enthusiasts that expect the best. We are an independent brand dedicated to developing and creating technically better protection for everyone. So when you buy Sawyer products, you're not only protecting the ones you love, you're helping protect millions of people lacking access to clean water. And you're helping us to do more. Protect more, give more, and innovate more, which helps us be more than an outdoor company.
From the moment you wake to the fuel you need, from ingenious products that empower true adventure to simple gear that enables fun, products that perform in any terrain, anywhere, for anyone, a relentless ally for your adventures. The adventures that live inside us all.
You can't take full advantage of hiking if you don't take good care of your feet, and that's why we love Darn Tough so much. Made in Vermont, they knit category-specific socks from a merino wool blend in a variety of fun colors and designs. Best of all, Darn Tough offers an unconditional lifetime guarantee on all of their socks. If the pair you buy aren't the most comfortable, durable, and best-fitting socks you've ever owned, return them for another pair. No strings, no conditions, socks guaranteed for life. To learn more about Darn Tough socks, go to www.darntough.com or click the link in the description below.
Russell was right. This place does bring all sorts of people together.
We shared time around the lodge, fire, and breakfast the next day with some river guides, through hikers, and fishermen. Backpacking is not easy on your body at times, and if you're anything like me, I'm a kid that grew up breaking all kinds of bones. I really appreciate a set of poles. By taking some of that load off of me and distributing them to the poles, it's going to save my knees and ankles that I've been a little hard on over the years, and it's going to ensure that I can backpack for hopefully many years to come.
Filtering your water is absolutely necessary when you're on trail, but for many of us, that's the only time that we have to filter our water because we have access to clean water. And there's many people out there who don't have access to clean water, and Sawyer's doing everything that they can to help bridge that gap. They're in over 80 countries right now, and not only do they help with developing countries with access to clean water, but they also help countries who are experiencing natural disasters and need access to clean water as well. So we're really proud to partner with a company that does some good in the world.
So our last stop on the tour is at a big lake, and I think we might just stay here for a while. And I realized that we haven't told you guys that maps.com also offers other types of maps. So we're getting a lake map, and that's going to cover campgrounds all along the shores. It's also going to cover my depths, and it's going to give me an idea of where to fish. So just know wherever you're going out there for a vacation or a trip, maps.com probably has you covered. We're way up here in Maine, and I typed in Moosehead Lake, and boom, they've got 2 different maps for us, so thank you. After a few days by the Kennebec, it was time to head north. We said goodbye to our new friends from Northern and would start our trip towards the legendary 100-mile wilderness. We made a quick stop in the town of Munson to a place called Shaw's, the last resupply before the 100-mile. It was so cool seeing all these thru hikers using our brand's gear well into their 2000th mile. We were talked into a cookout and decided to stay the night before heading into the woods. Alright, so seeing as it's the end of the tour and some thru hikers at the end of their hike, we're giving away the last of our Yellowstone to thru hikers. We just gotta participate in some trail magic. So cheers, man.
Cheers, thank you.
What do you think?
That's nice.
Right?
It's very smooth.
Smooth enough
Very
to be good.
smooth.
And that keeps you warm too, can't it? So
Yeah.
So the Appalachian Mountain Club is the oldest conservation recreation nonprofit in North America since 1876. And AMC has owned land here in Maine for the last almost 20 years now, where they have connected or created kind of a three-legged stool of educational programming, networked recreational opportunities, and a land-based holistic approach to conservation projects in the region. So the International Dark Sky Association has a great Dark Sky Place program. That program draws attention and awards to places that either work toward becoming a dark sky place or already have pristine, exceptional dark skies already. And when you look at a map of the United States, there's a lot of dark sky spots in the western part of the US, but when you look at the eastern part, the last dark sky place is in Maine. So we're it. And so it was recognized early on that that was a designation that would be really important to us for a lot of different reasons. Obviously, light pollution is incredibly harmful in a number of ways that we're becoming more cognizant and aware of all the time. And so not only is it extremely wasteful to have light that is not useful or purposeful and escaping up into the sky, but it's also a detriment to human health, animal health, and plant health. So to find out more about the Appalachian Mountain Club and all the great work that we're doing in the Northeast, go to outdoors.org and become a member. Become a member.
So we have met some friends in Maine that are through hiking. Songbird and Tender are their trail names, and we keep running into them, and we've found on our map that there's a spot on our way to our campsite where the AT hits the road. So we're gonna do some trail magic, which is basically setting up food and drinks and anything that would bring some through hikers a little bit of joy. So we've got some tacos going on and some beer, and I'm gonna have a good time.
There in the eyesight of the Canadian border, we erected a roadside taco shop. It was an honor to lift up some of the thru hikers in the home stretch of their journey. Since Jordan and I didn't have time to do the whole entire 100-mile wilderness, we opted to start with some of its gems down low, and then after that we would climb its tallest peak, Whitecap. First was Gulf Hacus, a gorge in the 100-mile wilderness with waterfalls and swimming holes galore. Our friend we met at Northern, John Connolly, was one of the first to descend this area in a kayak. We had to go see it for ourselves.
Totally recommend a hippie dip in Maine. The water was fantastic, eh? And look at this friggin' gorge we're swimming in. It's incredible. Crystal clear water. It's perfect. Way deeper than expected.
Now the truck won't stink so bad.
We kept the Go Swimming in Every State trend going too, and then joined the AT to explore some old-growth forests. Even 2 days later, the river crossing was still swollen pretty high from the rains.
So yesterday we took a swim in this, calm little brook, and we've had some crazy rains. This is where we went swimming yesterday. Really good.
Pro tip, if you are doing a creek crossing and you're not sure about the depth or how fast the water is flowing, you should unbuckle your buckles. So if you do get swept away, you can get out of your pack easily.
This lower section of the 100-mile was one of the most peaceful places I've been. We'll be back to explore more of these remote streams and lakes, but now it's time to climb up high and see the rest of the neighborhood.
What tools do we use to mark the way? We mark time by days, weeks, and years. But the stuff we remember, the good stuff, we mark by moments. Moments where we're challenged and overcome. The kind that get dirt under our nails and fire in our hearts. We believe that every problem has a solution, and that every solution is a moment where we prove who we are. These are moments made.
At Mystery Ranch, we build the best load-bearing backpacks in the world. We design for some of the most demanding users on the planet. We build for a different kind of customer, for folks who inspire us, and for people with a job to do. We work directly with them to really understand their needs. We build with the best materials available and the most durable construction methods that exist, so our users can achieve their mission, whether it's on the front line, the fire line, the cleanest line, or the steepest line. Mystery Ranch, built for the mission.
Recreation.gov is your one-stop shop when it comes to planning your next adventure. With over 4,000 facilities and activities around the country, including camping, rafting, horseback riding, and much, much more, at over 100,000 recreation locations, they've got you covered. Using all of the tools, services, and information on their site, you can dream up your next trip and then go live it.
Yellowstone Bourbon is handcrafted in the state of Kentucky. These small batch whiskeys are the work of 7th generation craftsmen, resulting in a unique taste, perfect for the trail. Plus, a portion of every bottle sold goes to helping preserve our national parks. Cheers to that. To learn more about the products from Yellowstone Bourbon, head on over to limestonebranch.com or click the link in the description below.
One of the things that makes Darn Tough really unique is that every part of their sock making process happens here in the United States in Northfield, Vermont. So they really get full control over everything from the inspection of the yarn coming in all the way to the shipping of their socks. In fact, when we took a tour of the mill, they told us that it wasn't uncommon for them to knit a sock in the morning, take it out for product testing, and then by the end of the day have potentially versions 2, 3, and 4 knit. So the ability to have everything under one roof gives them the ultimate in quality, control, innovation, and when we were talking to the employees, you can really get a feel for the pride that they all take in that. All right, we're getting ready to get on the trail. We've got beautiful weather all day today. It is supposed to rain overnight and into tomorrow, so we've got our rain gear packed and ready as always. And just getting my socks and shoes on here. And we're gonna hit the trail.
All right, we are on our final trip of the 2021 Get Out More tour. The air up here is just perfect today for hiking, right, Jordan?
Yes, it's incredible.
It's our first time, and it's been a hot summer, so this is really cool air, and we're starting to see some fall colors in here as well. But today, our last fun thing that we got to do is Whitecap Mountain, and that is the tallest mountain in the 100-mile wilderness. It's the first time hikers get a chance to see Katahdin off in the distance, the final terminus of the AT. So we're really excited to lay that, on our eyes, and we've got some friends that are summiting too, so it's gonna be neat to look over there and think of them. All right, here we go on the AT. This is our farthest north we've ever been on it, huh, Jordan?
Yeah, this is the farthest north I've ever been, period.
Yeah, right. We're more north right now than I think Montreal. Steep and rooty today. Isn't that right, Jordan?
Oh yeah.
We're
Rocky
just going
rooty.
up and up. So we are passing northbound through hikers left and right. And I think they're like mile 70 or something now. Every single one of them is so fired up. It's a beautiful day. It's just good to be on trail. Drool on me? Huh? Was that you? Or was it you? We just had our lunch break and I've been drooled on.
You're eating sausages, that's why. So we found a pretty sweet little nestled tent site right here just outside of the shelter. We're going to set up our tent. It's definitely going to rain tonight and we want to make sure that the through hikers get the shelter space, so we're going to step back a little bit and sleep in the tent. Just got it in 2 bags. That's a record for me. It's a PR.
At the base of the peak, we drop off our sleeping gear and make camp. We knew more storms were coming in, so we opted to stay below the tree line under the safety of the thick pine forest. Once set up, we headed another steep 1.5 miles up the mountain to summit the mountain and cooked dinner. The trails here are technical, filled with slick roots and wet rocks. I balanced my time in between foot placement and the beauty of the mossy forests. That steep stairway pretty much led to heaven. The views kept getting better and better. Way above the Roach River drainage, we saw where we had started. I couldn't wait to get over the peak and see what was on the other side.
Viewpoint?
Let's check it out.
Don't mind if we do. Been in the trees for a minute, so this should give us a really cool, oh my goodness. That's incredible. So this is what just took our breaths away, huh? Wow.
There's Katahdin out there. And I think our friends might be on it or near summiting it in the end of their AT journey. It's cool to be able to see it.
This is one of the longer, more impressive footpaths on the trail I've seen. This is a lot of work. Trees are finally starting to thin out.
We just turned a switchback and the ground has turned into a lime green carpet of moss. Everywhere except the trail.
It's beautiful. Onward.
Made it to the top of Whitecap. We've got an incredible view to cook dinner to. It's a little chilly, so we've got all the gear on, and we're gonna start cooking some basil pesto chicken pasta. So I've got all the ingredients in my bag here. We've got some chicken that I already pre-cooked last night, and then we're gonna just basically cook the pasta, reheat the chicken, and douse it in some basil pesto, top it with fresh Parmesan and pine nuts, and that's it. Water is boiling. I'm about to drop in the noodles and let them cook, and while they're cooking I'm gonna heat up the chicken. Also, the jet oil makes an excellent hand warmer. It is so cold up here. Yeah, the noodles are about done, so I'm gonna take them off the heat. Adding the pesto. Looks gross, but it tastes delicious. Chicken. I like this meal because it's easy and delicious. Fresh Parmesan and pine nuts for the final topping. So good.
All right, good morning. We had a wonderful sleep last night. Woke up this morning and it was starting to rain, so we grabbed all our stuff, headed to the shelter where we know we're gonna have room to pack up and eat breakfast and whatnot, and we're just listening to the rain on the tin roof, and man, is it peaceful, right, Jordan?
Yeah, this is the most at peace I've felt in a really long time, actually.
How's that coffee?
It's good. Yeah, it's really good. The hot chocolate is the move to put in the coffee.
I like my coffee flavor. Well, I think we're gonna throw another pot of coffee on. Load the jet boil.
I are wrapping up the 2021 Get Out More Tour. It's been a whirlwind of a season. It's been a lot of fun, and we've been traveling like crazy, and we're about done in Maine, so I think we're going to hang out here for a little bit and see what we can get into. And one of the cool things about the recreation.gov site is that you can find things to do in your area, and not only find things, but you can book passes, get permits, museum tickets, national park passes, all kinds of really cool stuff to explore the area that you're in.
We slow played the next morning, but when the rain departed, we were off to our first time experiencing Maine's International Seaplane Festival. In the town of Greenville on Moosehead Lake, seaplanes from all over would fly in for the gathering. Planes raced and weaved in and out of the town. The small community was alive with tours of the lake, craft booths, and good food. We liked this place so much we decided to stay the next few months. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time, everyone.